Good morning. It is 10 o'clock on this beautiful Monday. It's the last week of July, and I want to talk about decisions and discipline. Now, the majority of us, we're all here for the same reason. We're looking to make a change, whether you're an employee and you want to become an entrepreneur, or maybe you're already a small business owner and you like to start working remotely, or whatever the case is. For whatever way, shape, and form you are looking to make a change, it's going to come down to really two basic things. The very first thing is you need to decide. Now, this sounds so simple, and it is simple. It is really just it's an agreement that you make with yourself to pursue something on the highest level. Now, what happens with a lot of people is they sort of limp in. They go, you know what, I'm going to try it. Or I'm going to see how it works. And then if it works, I'm going to put more effort into it. And the issue with this is if you're not 100% committed to whatever your goal or whatever your vision is. And for a lot of you, it's, I want to quit my job. I want to spend more time with my family. And I want to be able to work remotely without having to, rely on the government or rely on a brick and mortar business or whatever the case is. I know for a fact the biggest and most important thing that's ever happened in my life was quitting my job and being able to sleep in and get up when I want. Like right now, 10 a.m., Monday morning, I'm in my office. That to me was the reason I decided to really get outside my comfort zone, because just like a lot of you, I was a huge skeptic. And the reason why I didn't get started in my business, it had nothing to do with the actual business itself. And it came down to me believing that I would not give up on myself, that I would reach the standard that I thought I would hit if I had the freedom to basically build my own business. When you're at a job, it's really easy to say, if I own the company, or, if I had that position, or whatever the case is, right? You're kind of in a bit of a box at a job. There's not really too much you can do. You do your job really well, awesome. But for a lot of you, you don't get paid any more than the next guy. This is why a lot of guys leave the traditional 9 to 5 way of working, changing time for money. Because when you see Steve or Bob or Joe over there on his phone, and you're breaking your back and you're putting in effort and you have passion for your job and what you're doing, and this guy over here is getting paid the same as you, that shit is infuriating. So you always go, well, you know what? If I had it my way, I could do it better. If you're a leader and you believe deep down inside that you have the abilities to do big things in life, you're eventually going to have this contrast in your life going, man, there's no way that this guy should be making the same as me because I'm doing way better. So what do you need to do? Get outside your comfort zone and do something different. Now, the fear is there's no limitations now. There's no one holding you back. There's no one telling you can't make a certain amount of money, a certain hours to work. You literally have the opportunity to do anything you want. And for a lot of guys, it's very, very scary, because there's no excuse anymore for why you can't give your wife the dream vacation, or have a college fund for your kids, or be able to pay off all your debt, or whatever the case is, because you're in control. So when you decide that you're going to assume the responsibility, which is really what this whole business is about, is assuming the responsibility for your life, for your finances, for your health and wellness, for your mental stability, for everything in your life. You now have control. So this is where a lot of guys go, man, I just don't believe in myself. And it's really, I don't want to say it's not your fault, but for a lot of people, let's be honest, it's you haven't had much evidence. If you go to a job every day, you work your job, you come home, and you have a ton of work experience, but it's in an industry that doesn't transfer over into entrepreneurship, then there's not a lot of confidence. It's like the first time, water skiing. If you've never water skied before, chances are you're not going to feel confident about it. So adopting that responsibility, saying, I'm willing to go through the tough times. I'm willing to decide today, even though tomorrow might be tough, even though I might struggle, and even though things might get hard and I might want to quit, I'm deciding that no matter what, I'm going to pursue this path. And that's what I did in 2015 is I saw a game plan that I thought was way better than working 40 years at a 9 to 5 job. I never pictured myself being the type of guy that went to a 9 to 5, punched the clock, sat in traffic, came home, and had to micromanage my finances to see if I could pay my bills. It just wasn't a part of me. Just like, I don't know. There's a million things I'm not good at. And one of the going to work, I was not good at going to work. I hated it. So when the time came, 29 years old, looking at my life, looking behind and seeing what I've accomplished already, seeing the struggles, seeing the bullshit, literally every day of repeating the same day over and over again, I decided that I had to make a decision. It was either change course, go out into the unknown and have control, or stay on the course I was on, know exactly what I was getting, and have very, very little control. Now, I've always had confidence in myself. I've always been a believer. I've always been an athlete. I've always been someone who loves competition. But deep down inside, I'm not a tech guy. I don't understand marketing, and I'm not huge on social media, and I don't want to talk to my friends and family. I had every single excuse that everybody else has. But you need to decide. Do you want to assume this responsibility and then discipline yourself to take action every day? Or do you want to put yourself on cruise control, chill out, do your monotonous work where Joe and Bob and Sam and all these other guys are doing half-ass work, getting paid the same as you? That anxiety builds up over and over. Like I said, the contrast in your life, you start to feel like, I gotta get out of here. You gotta decide. If you're 30 years old, 35 years old, 40 years old, you're halfway through your life. You don't have this grace period of screwing around like we did in our 20s. In your 20s, you're okay to do that. Jump from job to job, explore, have some fun, find out who you are. But when you start getting into your 30s and 40s, it's time to buckle down. Most people, including myself, knew as a child, there was going to be a time in my life where I had to step up, where I had to take the risk, assume the responsibility, and go for it at the highest level. I knew that. It's like every single movie you've ever seen in your entire life, right? Everything starts off great. Something happens. There's a problem. There's a climax. There's the point where the protagonist or the hero must make that switch, must step up to the plate, face the dragon. We all have that opportunity thousands of times along our journey. But when is the timing right? Because when you decide, decision, it's a cut. It's like you're separating the old from the new. Now, once you've made that decision, once you're crystal clear on what you want, you understand what you're giving up, and you're understanding what you're pursuing, because there will be sacrifices, right? This isn't an Amazon store. We're not doing Forex trading. There isn't, even if you're doing that stuff, there's sacrifices that must come. You must, dial yourself in and get up early and have a good morning routine and, show up at 100% every single day. You won't be able to drink and have fun with your buddies and eat pizza and skip the gym and, sleep in every day. Like, it's just, that's got to be the old you. The new you is the new chapter. It's the second coming of you. It's the greatest version. It's that transformation from who you are to who you want to be. And that decision empowers you, because you can get rid of all the bullshit, get rid of all the self-doubt, get rid of all the guilt. And a very, very good book, little side note, is called To Be a Man. Okay, so once you have this sort of decision, you understand what you're doing and you understand what you're leaving behind, then it's starting to get into discipline. And discipline is where you're either going to make or you're going to break yourself. Because what discipline actually means is you're willing to hold yourself to a higher standard. Okay, this is very tough because there's nobody that's going to lock you down or call you every morning. Like, this is your internal willpower. How bad do you actually want it? How bad do you want it? Or are you just passively doing it when it's convenient for you? Because if everybody in the world was doing this, it would just be the easy thing to do. There's a reason why there's 5% of the world's population that has the majority of the money, that has the freedom, that has the finances. The majority of the population is making under $50,000 a year. If you want to get out of that, you need skill set. You need something that's valuable that you can share with somebody else. When someone comes to me and go, hey man, what's your business about? Hey, now I'm not only going to show you how to market yourself digitally on social media, something you've probably been using for 10 years already, but I'm also going to show you how to get in shape, how to get your mind right, how to work your finances, how to get a morning routine, stretching, meditation, visualization, gratitude, exercise, journaling, copywriting. There's so many things that we get to share with other people, but you need to learn them yourself, which is going to take practice. It's just like, if you're a Hall of Fame baseball player, you've struck out 7 out of 10 times, you still make the Hall of Fame, which means there is so much failure to get to the success. But people don't want to go through the failures. They don't want to be frustrated. They don't want to have anxiety. They don't want to have this, mental fucking tornado of emotions. But that's part of the process. That's the sharpening the axe. That's iron sharpening iron. You must go through those challenges in order for you to understand what you want to teach somebody and then pass on that information. Because the person that's following in your footsteps, that person is going to be going through the exact same struggles as you. So it's up to you as a leader to adopt the responsibility, to make the decision, to have the discipline, to go through the steps in order to learn, practice, and hone your skills so you can pass it on to the next person. So what happens to you? Your stock goes up. You start becoming more valuable. And all it takes is 2 simple steps. Decide and discipline yourself. If you can do that, if you can make a decision based on your goals and a vision, and then hold yourself accountable to a higher standard and discipline yourself to show up every single day. Because if you want to change your life, you don't need to change your entire life. You need to change one day and repeat that day over and over and over and over again. You're going to have 365 opportunities every year to adjust your day a little bit in order to find something that is beneficial to you. I get up every day, I do the same thing. Sometimes it's very, very boring, to be honest. You work from home, you got all day, leads, go to the gym, walk my dogs, do whatever, but it's the same day over and over and over and over and over again. And my team builds every single day. There's more people coming in every single day. I just have to discipline myself to do it every single day. But once you have your framework, once you have your daily method of operation down, it's just the discipline. You decide, once that decision's made, it's a done deal. It's like getting married to your spouse. You decide, it's a done deal. You don't need to worry about it anymore. You made the decision. You don't wake up every morning and go, do I really want to be with this person anymore? Chances are you love them, you have a family, you have a future, you have a long-term vision together. The decision has been made. It is final. Now it is, how do I produce the desired income? How do I get the desired results? And that is figuring out, micromanaging your day. And if you saw my calendar, you'd be blown away because it is bang, 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 bang. In 20 minutes, I'm on a training that I signed up for. It's a 5-day challenge. This is scheduled in. After that, I'm going to the gym. After that, I'm walking my dogs. After that, I'm going to have something to eat. It is boom, 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 boom. Because I know if I can stick to my plan for the next 2 to 5 years, I will be able to live any life that I want. And that's the big picture here is you have your entire timeline of your life. You're most likely halfway through. You have the entire rest of your life to either work, or you can start a business, take a very small sliver, 2 to 5 years, and smash it out. Just give it your all. Make it your top priority. Tell your friends, your family, this is what I'm doing. This is my focus. This is my goals, my dreams, my vision. This is what I want to create for my life. And then after those 2 to 5 years, when you're making $5, $10, $20, $30, $50,000 a month, you have your investments, you paid off your debt, you're dialed in. Now you can go and you can live and have fun and travel the world and do the things that you want to do. But you got to decide. You got to earn it first. There is the long, slow way of a job, or entrepreneurship is make the sacrifices, decide, discipline, and smash it all into a very, very short period of time. Condense that energy. Duplicate your efforts. Use leverage and technology and all of the things that you have literally at your fingertips. And just smash it out. Go after it like you're fighting for air. And I'm telling you, not only will you make more money, but your heart, your mind, everything, your spirituality, everything is going to grow. You're going to grow into the person that you've always wanted to become. And then that's really what this business is all about. What we do, what I do, is a personal development journey with a compensation plan attached to it. And if you want to know how it works, you want to know how I make my money, how I'm able to work from home and do what I want and travel and just live life on my terms, then watch the webinar. Check out what we're doing. You're either going to love it and it's going to just totally align with your values, or it won't. And if it doesn't, that's all good. There are a million opportunities out there. We're really good at one thing, helping people build legacies for their family. So I hope you enjoy that. And there's a big Monday. For myself, I'm speaking on our massive global prosperity movement team call tonight. There's 12,000 people in the group, so I'm expecting a lot of numbers. I'm going to be dropping some fire on the transition from working like brick and mortar, 9 to 5, warm market, offline sales, to moving online into the digital economy and using social media to build a following and have people come to you. Because it's way easier when just the right people hit you up and go, hey, Kev, you know, I'm interested. This sounds really awesome. Can I learn more about your business? Absolutely. Here's a link. Here's some automation. Let me know what you think. And if they're a good fit, they come into my business and we work at this together. This is an apprenticeship program. This is helping you get to the point, right, where we can take the training wheels off and you're self-sufficient and you're on your own. It's not a hard process. It's simple, but it's not easy if you're willing to commit. So decide, discipline yourself, have a big vision, go after your goals, put a smile on your face. You're in the right place, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.